All right, hello everybody. Welcome into the View House Centennial for yet another Victory Monday. We are so spoiled here in Broncos country. A big reason why we're celebrating another Victory Monday, because the gentleman sitting next to me, Zach Allen, kind enough to join us after, that was a fun game, Zach. This was a little bit different, wire to wire, no last minute, Nick Bonito block.
Right.
What was it like to win one, just wire to wire, real complete game?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I think all three phases did a good job. Obviously still some stuff to clean up on, but like you said, yeah, it was, felt like we were in control of it basically, kind of middle of the first quarter, end of the first quarter on. So, yeah, if we play like that, we should be in a good spot going forward.
No matter what the outcome is, after every game, the majority of you guys kind of echo that sentiment. Yeah, we still got stuff to clean up on. How hungry is this group?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, definitely a hungry group. I think, yeah, I mean, the big message is, you only get kind of one career. So, and every year you start 0-0. So the fact that we're kind of in the spot now, you don't want to, waste it away. So the fact that the group's kind of got that mentality, I've been on teams that were 10-2 when we finished 11-6. We kind of, just stumbled our way into playoffs and didn't go great. So, but it was a different mindset here. Everyone's, really locked in and still trying to find ways to get better and improve. And, yeah, so it's been fun.
You talk about that mindset and making sure you finish strong. Is there a message that's constantly being sent? Is it just the makeup of this group? I mean, how does that come together each week?
Yeah, I think it's, credit to, Sean, George for bringing in those guys. I think that's kind of, the big thing is, culture is a huge thing in this league. I don't think, maybe the outside talks as much about it as they should, but yeah, it's a special thing, and it definitely helps a group, and I think we got a lot of the right guys in the building, so we're really fortunate.
We had Huff on a couple weeks ago. He said this is the closest team he's ever been a part of, especially defensively. How does that translate on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, the accountability goes up, and when you have that, guys are doing a little extra bit to, know their job or play a little bit better, and especially in this time of year too, when you have guys that are kind of, I'm not going to go, take a shot and make my play, I'm going to, let the game come to me, and if it does, great. If not, but I'm just going to do my job, play in, play out, and not take risks. That helps us a lot. So, yeah, that's why it's been awesome for the group, and it's been really good.
Speaking of doing your job, you do an excellent job every week. You had 3 QB hits yesterday. You lead the league in QB hits, which I don't know if people know how insane that is for an interior D-tackle to be doing that. Can you just talk about how your rushing game has evolved?
Yeah, no, I think definitely kind of the past couple of years has definitely taken a step forward, but yeah, no, every single week we study a lot on it, and when you play with great players too, that helps also. And yeah, coming from the inside, you're probably not going to get as many one-on-ones as you'd like, but when you bring in JFM, it kind of balances it out a little bit, and that helps me out a lot. And yeah, we just rush really well together, whether it's games, when you're one-on-ones. It's an awesome group, and I'm really, fortunate to be part of it.
I feel like this is a perfect time to do a shameless plug of Zach Allen to the Pro Bowl. There's tons of ways to vote. You can vote online. You can retweet any tweet that has Zach Allen's name in Pro Bowl. So we got to get this man to the Pro Bowl. I'm going to say that several times in the show, but we're going to keep plugging that.
Appreciate it.
You guys have won 10 straight. I don't know if maybe people appreciate how hard it is to win 10 straight in the NFL. What do you think has been kind of the secret recipe to getting it done?
Yeah, I think we do a really good job of coming in Monday, breaking down the film, and then, honestly, we finished everything today probably about 2 o'clock. Everything's flushed, and it's all in the Green Bay. So, you kind of keep doing that, and also too, obviously there's been a lot of close games, and a part of that, last year it kind of felt like we found every way to lose a close game, and then so this off season, Coach Pay and Sean, they did a hell of a job of just kind of, every single day during training camp, hey, there's this situation, we want to know how to handle it when we get into it, and we've been in a lot of those situations, and instead of panicking, oh, what do we do? It's like, oh no, we know how to handle this. So it's been really great.
You mentioned Green Bay. They're coming in here. You guys are undefeated at home. You're on a 10-game win streak. You're underdogs for this game. So a little
talent across the board, offense, defense, special teams. So it's going to be a tough one, but we're at home, which definitely helps us a lot. So yeah, definitely want to do the fans proud.
Do you embrace the underdog mentality?
I think we're kind of past that a little bit. I think for us, it's, we handle it with a really good kind of mindset. And, yeah, I mean, if, there's definitely, outside noise, but we do a really good job of blocking it and, kind of staying process driven and just, going with the flow.
I absolutely love it. What a treat tonight. You have Zach Allen in the house here on Xfinity Monday Live. Welcome back into Xfinity Monday Live here at the View House Centennial. Yet another Victory Monday. Enjoy your Broncos country, and what a treat to be sitting down with Zach Allen tonight. Make sure you vote for him to go to the Pro Bowl. I think you're second in your position, but we got to get him up to first. Yeah. Vance Joseph, I mean, so many good things could be said about him, but VJ, you've been with VJ, what, 6 years now? Because you were with him.
7 now.
Seven
this
now.
Is 7, yeah.
What has he meant to your career?
Yeah, he's been everything. I think it's, I think it was really cool, like, coming here, because obviously, free agency is, a whole different thing. And he got the job here pretty late. Like, it was basically like a week before free agency. He's like, hey, I'm going to Denver. I want you to come with me. And then, he's been just we understand each other so well now that it's really special kind of to have that bond. I don't think you see that pretty often. And, we both know, hey, Zach, you need to take your heart down on this, and hey, I'm going to give you a shot here so you make your play, type of thing. And when you get that kind of camaraderie and just know how he's going to call it, everything like that, it just play off of him. And then with the group itself, I mean, he's just so, because he was a player, he's a player's coach, but at the same time, he holds us to such a high standard. He's not going to let the standard drop. So, he's a really special guy, and I'm going to be forever grateful for him.
It's one of the, I think, harsh realities we have to face, that he might not be here next year. He's been such an incredible coordinator, certainly deserves a spot. Why would he be a great head coach? Yeah,
I think kind of like what I was just saying, I think especially in this new age of players, they want to, know that the coach cares about them. And, in pro sports, it's pretty rare. And he's one of the guys that, he really does care about his players, how they're doing on the field, off the field. And he gets it when, hey, we got to pick this guy up, or hey, we got to, kind of give him a kick in the ass. So he's really special with that, and he's a genius too. I mean, the X's and O's speak for itself. We all see it on Sundays, so he's perfect.
Oh man, it's been a blast. We hope we can keep him around.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about this, but this is like a crazy time in Denver sports. You guys are 11-2. The Nuggets are off to their best start in franchise history, and the Avs are an absolute wagon. Yeah. Do you kind of keep tabs of how well all these teams are doing? And realistically, there could be 3 parades next year.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's awesome. I'm a hockey fan, so I obviously follow the Avs a lot and go to the games and everything. And, I mean, just the excitement in the city. That's when I left Arizona and was in free agency, it was kind of a big part of it was, I want to go to a place where, the fans care, and, it's a big atmosphere, and you have that pressure to win. And the fans here are absolutely incredible, and Denver's been amazing, and it's been better than I ever thought it could. So, I'm forever grateful that, I signed here, and then, on top of it to, keep playing here, sign the extension. So it's been awesome.
We've been so grateful to have you. Have you been surprised how well Broncos country travels?
Yeah, it's awesome. That was the cool thing is, I feel like almost half our road games, we're forcing the home team to go on, silent count, which I don't think anyone else is doing in the league. So Broncos country has been awesome. And, the fact we're doing it at division rivals, places and stuff like that is pretty cool. So it's, and then Mile High is just a beast of its own. So it's, we're really fortunate.
That's awesome. Well, they've got a lot of reason to cheer for you guys with how well that you are doing. All right, Michael, thank you so much. It's time now for the People Want to Know. People Want to Know brought to you by Common Spirit, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos and champions for the communities we serve. This has been like an ongoing question all season, but Sarah wants to know, what's your pregame meal?
Pregame meal is 2 chicken breasts with a cup of rice and a little bit of honey mustard.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a little bit of snacking throughout.
Always the same?
That's always the pregame meal, yeah.
Okay.
And then, like before, we're doing Rice Krispie. We're doing some of those Honey Stinger waffles, gummies. Okay. Yeah, so pretty simple, boring, nothing crazy. Yeah.
What about postgame?
Postgame, it depends. If we're on the road, it's whatever the plane's serving. Out here, honestly, Denver restaurants are incredible. So we've been bouncing around, a few favorite spots. Yeah, so, by the stadium, there's a bunch of good ones. Kawani's awesome. Sushi Den's a great one. Tavernetta, so, it's pretty awesome.
Sushi Den's the spot.
That's
the spot. That was the People Want to Know, brought to you by Common Spirit. We got to take another break. On the other side, we're going to talk about all the great work Zach's been doing in the community. We'll be right back after this. What a treat tonight. Zach Allen, kind enough to sit down with us. And Zach, you have been so busy, not just on the field, but off the field. You've been doing amazing work in the community. You're working with Food Bank of the Rockies, doing some holiday shopping with kiddos. You had your My Claws, My Cleats. Why is it important to you to just be involved in the community?
Yeah, no. Well, I went to BC, so obviously Jesuit education, and the motto there is, men and women for others. So I take that really seriously. And then, the Denver community has been so incredible to me and my family. So, this is just kind of, our way of getting started, of giving back and, being a part of it. And really, we're just so thankful for, everything they've done. And, especially this time of year too, anytime you can kind of give back and anything like that is, and, luckily, the schedule kind of worked out where we had, the bye week and, some, open days. So it's been great.
Your impact has been truly felt, and you see the smiles on kids' faces. What does that mean to you when you just see them light up?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Definitely, brings you back to when you were, going toy shopping. So, we got some good snow blasters, a lot of good stuff, some Broncos gear. Yeah. So it was a great day. Yeah.
Absolutely. We love it. Well, we are so grateful for what you do both on and off the field, Zach. One more time, make sure you get Zach Allen to the Pro Bowl. Zach Allen, going to be an All-Pro again. Incredible season. Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with the Broncos defensive tackle, Zach Allen, kind enough to join us tonight. And Zach, huge matchup coming up on Sunday. I think people are really excited for this. They got this one circled. Two really complete teams, both with Super Bowl aspirations. Offensively, I know it's the beginning of the week, but Jordan Love is just so dynamic. What makes him such a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, he's, the modern day, prototypical quarterback. I mean, he's, big, got the arm, but also has the legs, and, really smart, reads the field. And, across the board, they've invested, especially on that offense, between offensive line, receivers, running back, Josh Jacobs, everybody knows here really well. And, Matt LaFleur has been doing it so well for so long. So definitely going to be a challenge. There's a reason why they're, top in the NFC. So we're really excited for it.
You guys are very measured week to week, but do you get up a little extra when this is going to be a clash?
Yeah. I mean, definitely it's going to be a dogfight, and, the fact that we get to do it at home at Mile High is definitely, we're excited about that. So definitely going to be a good week, and guys are going to get after it in practice and put out a good show on Sunday.
On the other side, still kind of getting used to seeing Micah Parsons there in green and yellow.
Yeah.
But what do you admire about his game?
Yeah, I think, his motor, I mean, you see, a lot of his sacks are those chase downs where, it's kind of, you just see that acceleration, that burst. And, I've been a big fan of, Rashawn Gary, and before, obviously, Kenny Clark, watching those guys. But that whole front is super deep. You got Carl Brooks. They got some guys up there. So, we also invested a lot in our trenches, so it's going to be, definitely kind of one of those types of games, and we're excited for it.
You mentioned investing in the trenches. What did it mean to you for this team to want to extend you and you sign your second contract here in Denver?
Yeah, I mean, it meant the world, obviously. The fact that, it went so well, kind of the first couple of years, and they felt, we wanted to, keep it going, meant a lot to me. And, I loved living in Denver. My family loves living in Denver, so the fact that we were able to, make it work and, do it the way it was, was, first class everything. And, I believe in this, this team and everything we're building, and, for not just this year, but the years to come. So really excited about it.
And it's not just you. Ownership has really locked down this core and made a statement from Benito to Roach to Surtain to Coop. You look at who they've signed just the past couple years. What does that say to you in regards to where you guys are going and what you want to go when you see ownership invest like this?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it means the world to the guys, and, it's a great, kind of precedent where if you do it the right way, you're going to get rewarded. So, other guys, it really motivates them to keep going. And, it's been terrific. And, the fact that we're able to kind of keep the band together for, the next few years is really exciting. And, knock on wood, we all stay healthy and keep playing the way we are, and it keeps working out.
Zach, you are so fun to watch. You're such a dynamic player out there. When you look at your game, what part of your game are you most proud of?
Yeah, I think obviously, in this league, affecting the quarterback is the biggest thing. And, I think the fact that, I'm able to do it at the level I am right now, it definitely was a process. It wasn't like I just came out the gates of, a top 5 pick doing it, but we built it, and it's been awesome.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge along the way for you to get to where you're at?
Yeah, I think, obviously, college I played outside, so, you have to kind of, recreate your body. And then on top of it, it's it's a totally different position. So you're just kind of learning everything. Doesn't happen on your third and fourth step. It happens on your first step a lot quicker. And I've been really fortunate to have great coaches, in Denver, and great influences from outside that have helped me along the way.
I know it kind of feels like a while now, but even on the broadcast sometimes they'll compare you to J.J. Watt. And then, what's it like when you hear, I know obviously kind of had him as a mentor there. What's it like, though, when these national guys are saying, oh, yeah, there's a lot of J.J. Watt there?
Yeah, no, he definitely loves it because he texts me every time they do it. So, yeah, it definitely boosts his ego. But, no, I mean, I'm super fortunate, obviously, that, I've been with him. And, I think, obviously growing up, in high school and everything was right when he was kind of in his heyday. And so he was a major influence for me, kind of growing up. And then the fact that I got to learn from him and see it, kind of firsthand was really special. And the fact that he's still helping me to this day I'm really thankful for. And to call him a friend for life, it means the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you guys are really focused week to week, but it was a very significant Sunday because with Kansas City losing, they mathematically cannot win the division. They've won it 9 years in a row. There is truly a turning of the tides here in the division. What's the significance as you guys are 11-2 and really racing for that win that there's a big change?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're excited to, be 11-2, but, at the same time, Chargers are still playing really good ball. And, I think we have to play them again. We got to play Kansas City again, play the Packers, play Jacksonville. So it's, it's not an easy, 4-game stretch. So we definitely got to, stay focused, kind of, keep on improving, and, it'll take care of itself.
There's no doubt that you guys have big aspirations, but this is a really special team. When did you know, at what point in the year, that, oh, this group could do something special?
Yeah, I think, obviously at the end of the last year, we knew we had something special and you wanted it to continue. And the fact that, again, kind of like you said, ownership, George, Sean kind of kept everybody together. We didn't really lose too much and we only gained. That's kind of when we knew, like, okay, it's going to be, it's on. And, right from OTAs, we got going, and guys had a really awesome attitude about just, improving, finding ways kind of how to gel, what do you need from me, what do I need from you type of stuff. And the conversations were awesome, and the fact that it's paying off has been great.
Last one, we'll get you out of here. You mentioned it, 4 tough games down the stretch. Everything in front of you. You guys are in the driver's seat to get that bye, to get the 1 seed. What is the mentality of these final 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same it's been. It's just, take it day to day, week to week, brick by brick. So, yeah, and right now it's the Packers, so that's where all of our focus is. And, if we take care of business there, then, we'll be good.
I feel like I knew you were going to say that, and that's why you guys are where you are and in such a good position. Zach, such a privilege, such an honor to sit with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.